WaiVER CLaiM, WaiVER CLaiM, under in the state of green. Yeah, we play that game. This is WaiVER CLaiM.
Welcome back to WaiVER CLaiM, the show where we're not fighting each other. We're teaming up to take down our AI buddy MILO. Human takes, AI verdicts every week. This is episode 12. We're going to go over contract years. We got the claim as always, and we have our AARP Yard Sale. We're going to open up with guys playing for their next contract in 2026. In the claim, Milo is going to drop 3 bold prediction, and Chris is going to drop one of his own. And we close it out by hauling 9 aging legends onto a folding table for the AARP Yard Sale. Dynasty grades, redraft tags, and a table that's basically filled with half 49ers at this point. Before we get into it, follow us on all socials and audio platforms at WaiVER CLaiM Show. Find us on YouTube at WaiVER CLaiM. Hit subscribe and help us spread the word. As always, I'm your host, Rich. I want to welcome Chris to the show. Chris is the man behind MILO. Every week he feeds the machine, and every week the machine turns around and bites the crew. Let's see who gets it this week. Welcome, Chris.
Hello. Speaking about feeding, I hope you guys are hungry since we're doing our Dynasty draft next Saturday. And there will be ribs, there will be quesadillas, there will be a elote dip, maybe some Liège waffles, tossing that around. We'll see.
If Alberto even touches that elote dip, I'm screaming because corn can only be on the cob.
I don't like elote, so
Good.
Oh my God. Elote is the best. Vin, you need to literally leave your work party. You can show them this clip and say that you're allowed. You get a doctor's note.
I would if I could. I literally don't go to any of them. And my brother-in-law's like, we kind of got to go.
Wow. Well,
I thought,
you know,
you're women.
Right.
They're men. They're men. They behave like women.
There you go.
Are you coming to my party?
I hate that.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing right here?
Yeah. But this is a more desirable party to go to.
Thank
I
you.
mean, one of many,
Yeah.
So Vin, welcome to the show. Vin, I'm sorry, I have to call you out a little bit. In the same day, Vin traded away Alec Pierce, who he said would win him a championship, and then he passed on Jeremy Bernard not once, not twice, but 3 times, despite having him as the 102 in his dynasty league. So, Vin, welcome to the show, but you got to explain yourself. What happened yesterday?
Well, as you know, the value, like the stock market, goes up and down by day. And I got Pittman. So it made no sense to get Bernard. As for Pierce, it was a pawn. I got Scary Terry. That's a win. It's a W. So, in your face.
In my face. I mean, I'm not the one that said I need all the Steelers all the time. I just, I'm a man that speaks my truth. And Vin
sounds like it's in your face, though, Rich.
Snake.
I was diagnosed not too long ago with something that they call diarrhea of the mouth, and I just say things sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, there is that parasite going around with produce, so stop eating lettuce, and then we can see what the truth is. Rafael, welcome. This show is basically your fault because, like I said, you like to go after people on social media about CMC, and I had to come to the aid of CMC. We also get to talk about your guy, Derrick Henry, along with Craig. Welcome to the show, Rafael. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm actually involved in that same draft that you were just talking about, Vin, with. So if I check out for a second, I apologize, but I'll try to stay on point.
Well, drafting comes first. Craig, welcome to the show. This man has not looked at a script in 12 episodes, and he still kills it solely on vibes. He's the man you want on your crew. Welcome, Craig. How you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, no, haven't read a rundown. I don't know what we're talking about ever, but I'm here, I'm responding, and I have hot takes. So, and I have a new background today. I'm going to change it up every episode for the next few weeks until things get a little more settled around here. So, but this one's cool.
It is cool.
That's a sexy looking social card.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's almost like Milo designed it.
Maybe.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Alberto, last and not least, always, welcome back. Statistically incorrect, emotionally essential. And if you know you're about to defend every guy in the yard sale, you're about to defend every guy in the yard sale. I looked at the names. I think that you are going to have half these guys on your team, even though half of these guys are not rostered. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your time and consideration in this matter. We won't be using math today, so you're in luck. Welcome to the show.
Well, actually, there is a bit of math because there is
Damn it.
There's ADP on all these people and when they're going to be
ADP.
drafted and
I got
round.
you.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
not as crazy, but a little bit of math. So
Okay.
let's get into it. Our first segment is contract year all-stars, which is the people that are playing for a contract this year. And we're going to start it off with the guy that kind of built the whole segment around himself, and that is George Pickens. This guy is playing on the franchise tag, no extension, $27.2 million. Not bad for a year, just playing on the tag and seeing what you're going to do. He had 93 catches last year for 1,429 yards. He was third in the NFL. He had 9 touchdowns, and he was wide receiver 7 in fantasy football, playing behind CeeDee Lamb. I'll start with my call on this one, and I'm going to open it up to the room. I think Dallas gets this done. If you look at the team, I think they're a pass-first offense. I think Pickens is going to get signed to an extension, and him and Lamb are going to play together for a couple more years to come. The way that they built the team, I feel like they can do that. They seem to never have money, but you know how the NFL works. The salary cap is a myth. So that's my take on Pickens here. Who wants to jump in on Pickens? Anyone have anything different?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he kind of looks. They have 2 wide receiver ones, and he was a monster last year. And I actually got a trade offer for him. The guy who has CeeDee Lamb in our league offered me a first for Pickens, and I said no because he's the new wide receiver one in that system. So, and he didn't disagree necessarily. So there's that. People are noticing.
Where was the pick?
I think it was a 27 pick.
Well, like what?
Say again?
What pick in the first?
It's the 2027, so it's not decided yet until all the rankings get settled this year.
To be fair, he has a really good team, so it would have been late 20. It would have been a late first round pick.
His
probably.
team stinks, dude. It's the guy that's got 9 quarterbacks.
Well, yeah. Based on what you guys told me before the show, he drafted Carson Beck in the 3rd, which he's going to be a used car salesman in 5 years, like we all know. And then Anthony Richardson, who doesn't know how to use a rubber band correctly. So I don't have that much hope, but any
I think to get back to Pickens, I'm not sure that Dallas actually gets this deal done. I think Jerry Jones isn't the best in this type of scenario. Proof is in the pudding last offseason with Micah, right?
Or Dak for last year.
Or Dak, or
blah, blah, blah.
Insert a cowboy here, right? But in general, this doesn't seem to be the strength of the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't know. I think we're gonna play this out this season, and we'll see what happens next. I imagine Pickens is going to be a franchise tag player for a few years.
I mean, they can
I was
do
going
it
to
again.
say, I think this is going to end up well for the Eagles. And this is going to bite me in the ass, but whatever. Because I don't know if he's going to have a better year than he had last year. And he's going to be paid as that, whether it's through the franchise tag for several years or by July 15th. So, I don't kind of mind what's happening with this, but yeah, that's my thought on it.
All right. Rayful, you got anything different? You think he's going to stay? He's going to go?
I got to agree with Craig on this one. Jerry Jones is a terrible owner. He just needs to either retire or die already. I know it's a little rough to say, but it's the truth. Most Cowboys fans will probably agree with me on that. I think he could get franchise tagged a few more years or whatever, but I also think that he could get big money elsewhere to a team that really wants to pay him. So I see him playing for a different team next year.
Okay. So we're going to go from one player to the complete opposite type of player. Someone who's not playing for $27.2 million. We're talking about someone who's playing for $1.3 million, and that is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was the chaos pick of the offseason. Arizona basically paid him $36.8 million to go away, and the Vikings picked him up off the heap for $1.3 million, which honestly for that team was kind of brilliant. There's a no trade clause in his contract, so he's not going anywhere this year. He gets to play with some safety, and he's playing behind a quarterback that was not good since he's been in the league, and that's J.J. McCarthy. I have my thoughts on this one. I think we're going to be pretty similar on this one, but Alberto, what do you think about Mr. Kyler Murray? Is he going to be the long-term answer for the Vikings, or is he a one-year wonder?
I mean, it depends on what he does as the season
Wait.
goes.
We're going to retry this. Yes or no? Conviction time. Is he going to be a quarterback on the Vikings next year? Go.
Yes.
Why?
Because, like I predicted in the last episode, the Vikings win the division.
And you think he's going to get the start?
Yeah, of course. Why not? He's better than what they have. You have Justin Jefferson, you have Addison, you have Aaron Jones, you have Jordan Mason, you have TJ Hawkinson's. I could name more and more, but he has the weapons, and he can run. He can still run. So he can win. It's a tough division, of course, realistically speaking, but if I'm going off of my prediction, you wanted a yes or a no, I think he sticks until at least 2028.
And as crazy as it sounds, that conviction I agree with 100%.
Well,
that is my take word for word. So use that chest and tell the people why.
Yeah, don't hedge your bet. Don't hedge your bet, Alberto. Say it. Just say it.
No hedging.
2028. Kyler Murray. Still a Minnesota Viking.
Perfect. 2 for 2.
With your whole corn on the cob.
Whole corn on the cob is out for everyone to see. Look at Alberto's corn on the cob here. None is falling off. Anybody think that J.J. McCarthy is going to beat out Kyler this year?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Beat out's an operative term. I think we'll see him play, but I don't think JJ McCarthy beats out Kyler Murray in camp and earns the starting job. I think we might have some injuries. Kyler might get pulled, from a game or two, but yeah, I don't think he's getting beaten out.
Yeah, I agree with Craig there. If Murray does put up good fantasy football numbers, but wins and losses, it doesn't really happen because he had weapons in Arizona. So I think Kyler's a future Jet. Get ready, boys.
I mean,
I would say the difference there is
3 first-round picks are a future Jet of quarterback position.
Yeah, I mean, like Rayfield has said, our future coach, Kevin O'Connell, there's going to be a connection there. All the breadcrumbs and tea leaves are trending that way if the Vikings have a bad season. And we know the Jets will have an off season. So I'm going to go one step further. I think J.J. McCarthy is traded next year completely. I think they're going to see how Kyler Murray plays, and his value is not going to be great, but I think it's going to depreciate even more after this season. So I think they actually pull the trigger and trade him. Anybody think that's to anyone who wants a young quarterback,
Somebody could reclaim him. I'm sure Brian Daboll wants him.
I mean, their coach is a offensive-minded guy. I mean, it took Alex Smith till he was 27, 28 to figure it out. I think they write out the contract.
Do we think the Alex Smith late career success story is a hindrance to coaches throwing out other quarterbacks? Do we think that quarterbacks have gotten too much of a shake in the NFL because Alex Smith was better later in his career? This the only example I can think of who was hey, 8 years later, he might be a franchise guy.
Sam Darnold.
I was going to say Darnold.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Everybody shut up with specific examples when the point probably holds true on the aggregate of the data.
Yeah.
Fine. The point's solid, but fine.
Wait, you guys forgot the biggest one. What about Nick Foles?
Nicky Montana? I mean, he had 4 incredible games.
I mean, won the ring. So
I mean, that's hard because he had that one good season with
Chip and the
Chip
Eagles.
Kelly. Yeah, and then he floundered when he went to the Rams, and then he went back up when we went back with the Eagles.
Listen, Nick Foles is always standing up at attention, Alberto.
Well, of course.
because of his
I don't
price.
hate him. I'm just saying
Keep his name in your mouth.
Okay.
Speaking of name in your mouth, Jonathan Taylor loves to win me fantasy leagues. And Jonathan Taylor is on a contract year this year. He had 1,585 rushing yards last year, which was third in the league, a league best 18 rushing touchdowns, and his second straight year clearing 300 carries and 1,400 yards. He turns 28 at the end of the season, and this boy is about to get paid. I'll open it up before I go into mine, but Chris, Milo, what are we thinking about JT? Is he getting in the bag?
I was going to say, on the Chris side of this, he doesn't feel to me like a Derrick Henry and even to a lesser extent a Saquon Barkley on somebody that's a little older that's productive. I think whoever signs him, they're going to end up regretting it at the end of the contract, personally, because running backs generally fall off a cliff, and I'm not going to pretend I watch a ton of Colts football. I know he's been killing it. He just doesn't strike me as a King Henry or a Saquon-ish.
I mean, I'm going to disagree with that 100%. For me, I think Jonathan Taylor is the better running back out of the two people that you just named. If you look at the...
I mean, currently, sure. Currently,
yeah. Which is what we're, he's getting paid this year. So
yeah.
I think what's going to bite the Colts in the butt.
He's going to get paid. That's a different story. I think he's going to get paid. I just don't.
He's going to produce.
He's going to end up well.
He's gonna stay at this production level just based on how he plays. So what's going to bite the Colts in the butt is they're going to see Gibbs and Robinson get their extensions, and JT is going to want some of that money. It would be smart to get him in a contract before those two players sign, because he's not on that level. I don't think he's on the Gibbs and the Bijan level. He's one level below, and I think he's going to
Brees Hall contract. I was going to say you need more of that Brees Hall contract type.
Right.
If the Colts are smart.
Right. What if Brees got what? He got 14.5 per year. Was it like 43?
Like
43
years, 43. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of around where JT would be. Maybe a little bit more than that because he's a little bit better than Brees as well. But, I mean, he's someone that should stay on the Colts. I hope he doesn't stay on the Colts because the Jets have their first-round pick. I hope they do something stupid. But I don't think they will.
Or maybe even better, maybe he'll get paid and then break an ankle or something, and then the Jets get a good pick and the Colts wasted some cap space. That would be good for everybody.
Yeah, wishing injury upon players, real classy.
Hey, listen, I said maybe. Operative words. No, I think Jonathan Taylor gets paid. I also feel like I've been having this conversation about Jonathan Taylor for the last 5 years. He was on franchise tags. It's just give this man his money and let's move on. It's time for him to get paid.
Yeah, I mean, if you're betting on DraftKings or FanDuel, whatever it is, you put JT anytime touchdown, it's a free leg in your
free money
every single week. I just threw it in. You get an extra $3, but it's going to happen. So definitely.
Yeah, so you're $3,
right? That's 12 gumballs, and I need those. Anybody think that JT is not getting paid?
Where are you going that they're 25 cents? Where I'm going, they're 50 cents. It's rough out there.
You're getting 50-cent gumballs? Dude, I didn't realize I was doing the show with a Rockefeller. Come on now.
At that point, just buy the pack,
Yeah.
Vin Raphael, you think that he's staying? Is he going? Is he getting paid?
He's staying.
I don't think that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
Go ahead.
You go first. I'm more of a gentleman.
Ladies first.
I'm more of a gentleman than you.
Ladies first.
You have a stupid head on. You go first. Anyway, I'll go first because I'm the dumb. I think that the Colts they're pretty loyal, and they like to pay their players, keep them happy. I think he stays. He gets paid. For better or worse, he's staying.
Sounds like a terrible marriage. For better or worse, he's staying. Raphael, agree, disagree?
I agree. I don't think the Colts can afford to let him go. If they don't have JT, they're going to be a bottom dweller in one of the worst divisions in football. They can't afford to let him go. They need him.
Agreed. And speaking of probably the worst division in football, Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he is on a contract year of his own. Basically, what the report is right now is the Buccaneers have a contract out to him that they believe is fair, that he might not get anywhere else, and he's not biting at it right now. He has 12,000 plus passing yards, roughly 100 touchdowns over 3 seasons in Tampa, which is crazy. If you have him on your fantasy team, I mean, he's kind of like the middle of the road guy that will win you games along with Goff. He's kind of in that category as well. But they're kind of offering him quarterback 16 money is what I was told right now. So Baker has a claim to not want to take that money. Obviously, he's not going to get 50 million. It's a claim, waiver claim. He's not going to get the 50 million a year that, Patrick Mahomes is going to get, but he definitely deserves to get paid. For me, I think he's clear cut the best quarterback in that division overall, and he's the reason why the Bucs are going to win the division this year. Although I have them at 7-10 or something crazy, which is not going to happen if you listen to
Sandwich bet me, you coward.
I won't do it. So, we got any Baker fans on the show today? Or any
I'm a Baker fan. I'm a Baker fan.
Yeah.
So I mean, QB8 money is around like 50 million a year. So like the top 8 quarterbacks, it's around 50 million. Where do we think Baker ranks as a quarterback just in general? Because if he feels like a top 12 to 14, then he should be making QB8 money since he's a free agent. Like there's a bump for getting the free agency. So I'm thinking he'll get the 50 million. Personally, I think he kind of deserves it because he's made it to the free agency period. Do I think he is a QB8 or above? No, but that's just what the market is.
Raphael, you were shaking your head. You agree?
I do. Mostly because I like Ibuka a lot. And if Baker does well, that means Ibuka does well. So I'm all for it. And I think he deserves to be paid like a top 12 quarterback. Like Chris was, he was saying top 8, but I would put him in the top 12, top 14 range for sure, as far as quarterbacks go.
I think we're right on in terms of his ranking. I think he deserves it. He's definitely a player who deserves to get paid from his story and his journey. I can't see him being paid $50 million a year. I just can't see it. As much as I agree he's I might even say he's a top 10 quarterback. But I don't think he's going to make that much. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's going to be in the 40 range, and I think that the Bucs are going to be.
He's definitely going to be in the 40 range. Rich, is he going to be in the 48 range?
I don't think the Bucs would do it. I just don't. Just based on I think
it's not necessarily the Bucs. It's the other 31 teams then too.
Right. I think it would have happened by now if he was in the 48 range. I think they would have been signed, sealed, and delivered by now. I think they're offering him right now under 40. If I was to guess, I would say that they're offering him probably like 35, which he probably wants that 40 bump. I don't think he's going to get paid 50. I just don't see it.
Okay, it sounds like you're low 40s. I'm 50. Sounds like 45 is a fair number to sandwich bet above or below.
No, I don't think he gets paid 45. You want to do 45 and above? I'll take that bet right now.
Over under? Well, yeah, 45 over under.
That's good. 100%.
All right.
I'll take that bet. So we got a
sandwich. We got a few sandwich bets out there. We got to make sure these are known on socials.
This is really
Craig, you're
in my brain specifically tracking them. I know I need to do it.
Craig, are you with me on this bet? You think it's under 45?
I think it's under for sure.
Are you going to take on 2 sandwiches right now? I would do the thing, but that would be very bad.
I'll do the thing. I'll take on 2 sandwiches whenever you want. You could give me
at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you remember from Rich and I's last sandwich bet, you have to drive up here and get me a sandwich. And Chris, you live quite far away.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying, when you lose, you're
DoorDash something. I'm not driving.
Well, you'll have to meet halfway, and we'll have to eat all the sandwiches in front of you.
I was gonna say we'll just meet at your place, Rich. That's
All
fine.
right. All right. Well, I mean, this one I think is an automatic bet, but I've been wrong before. So
Not once. Not once. I've always been right. So definitely the under.
that's true. That is Craig in a nutshell. Does anyone think that Baker's not going to be the quarterback of the Bucs next year based on this? Why,
I think
Albert?
if they offer him under 45, he's going to walk. And then guess what? Guess who's in the J.J. McCarthy sweepstakes?
Oof.
Bucs.
You're like,
Wait, so I'm just curious with the rest of the people on here. We above or below 45 on this bet?
Below.
Push.
push. Get the hell out of here, Vic.
I think 45 is
What did
probably
we say,
what- yeah.
Alberto? Conviction. Have a take.
I said below.
No,
45,
you're good.
Oh.
I'm yelling at Ben
45.
now. Have a take.
45 is the number I think he would get.
All right, so we all have a sandwich
I'm
bet
being
again.
precise.
If he doesn't get exactly 45, you owe.
Everyone a sandwich.
I'll get a crave case and I'll throw them all at you.
There you
Sold.
go.
Sold, man.
This becomes an issue because the 2027 draft is supposed to have like top tier quarterbacks, supposedly, give or take, if nobody decides to stay another year. And I'm not saying, they're better than Baker. They could, in the long term, be better than him. But that pushes the notion to what Chris is saying. If he becomes a free agent right before the draft, those teams that are in the lower tier might want that quarterback because they have players around them, so that could push him above the $45 million range. I think he gets less than that, and he'll just take it because he's probably going to get more years. But that's something to look at, too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, your future starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers at $45.1
Oh my gosh.
million
Don't even say
a
that.
year. I will share the sandwich with you, Vin, if it's 45.1.
There's no shot they do it.
That actually feels very Steeler, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It feels very Steeler.
Because he didn't want to go there when Ben retired. He could have gone there then. No.
I could see Matt Ryan picking him up in free agency to the Falcons.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
In division?
Do a Penix thing. He's got to overpay a little bit. Well, he's a free agent, right? So, I mean, like, they could lose him for free if they don't franchise tag him.
They're for money at quarterbacks. Kirk, they're still paying Kirk.
Right. Which was the right quarterback to have in the first place. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the guy's playing for money. Now let's talk about the guy who doesn't need any. Our partner in crime, MILO. This is the claim brought to you by the Pulling Guard. The Pulling Guard is an elite line of sports and trading card products built for collectors. Put that shiny cardboard on display and don't get caught with your cards down. Check them out at protectyourpull.com and follow them on TikTok at pulling_guard. Use code IOG waiver claim for 10% off. That's IOG waiver claim for 10% off. So, Chris, your baby, Milo's baby, the claim. I say it every week, even though you say it's not really your baby, it's Milo's baby. It's both your baby.
You took it over last week.
Yeah, but that's 1 week, and you killed segment 1. So segment 2 is back to you. Tell us the first claim for Milo here.
All right, first claim. A.J. Brown outproduces both of his last 2 Philly seasons. So Milo's take, A.J. Brown has a better 2026 in New England than either of his last 2 years in Philly. He's had 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, so that's the floor, 23% target share since 2022. But Milo's not seeing a whole bunch to take away from him. So are we thinking statistically that Brown has a better season than his last 2 in Philly? I mean, honestly, it would be 2 years ago because last year he definitely wasn't as good.
I mean, I don't think so. I think I'm very tired of the narrative of like older receivers going to New England and like revitalizing their career. The only one I can really think of that working with was Randy Moss. And at that point, this was so long ago that doesn't really count in today's NFL. I mean, it counts, but like it's so long ago, who cares? No, I don't think he goes and revitalizes his career with Drake May throwing him the football. I think the Patriots are taking a huge back step this year. And I don't see that offense doing well.
I think they kind of see it that way too, because they did not want to give Philly their pick next year in the draft. They definitely wanted the year after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
While I
not.
think while I think the Patriots are going to take a step back, I think they're just going to feed the ball over and over to AJ Brown. So that's why I think he's going to outproduce what he did, especially when you don't have Jalen Hurts doing tush pushes 6 or 7 times a game.
So I think they're going to try to do that. But like if you look at the Patriots like wide receiver room, he's going to get doubled every time. He's got to be like the sole guy. And he doesn't have a Devonta Smith right now to pull coverage off of him. He doesn't have a Saquon Barkley to put 8 in the box. Like I'm not saying Stevenson and Trevion aren't great, but they're not Saquon. He's gonna have to actually fight for every rep and like every touchdown, every catch. And I don't know where his head is at right now. I know he's like on his like revenge tour, but I just don't see him being the 2 years ago AJ Brown. I see him being last year's AJ Brown if I had to choose.
Is McDaniel still there?
Yes.
AOC?
Yes.
Yep. I feel like he'll outproduce, but like you guys are saying, I think the Patriots kind of take a little bit of a step back. They're going to be force feed him, like Raphael was saying. He'll do well. He's got at least one more good year, and then he might start crying. We'll see.
All right. So moving on to Milo's take number 2. Milo is saying to buy every Bronco at your fantasy trade deadline. So Milo's take: Denver skill players are the league winners of November. Acquire the Broncos when you can before the deadline. Specifically, we talked about it in the different division series, but the Broncos have a very easy week 13 through 18 per Milo's model. And then Peyton just extended. There's actually a really solid piece out. Like, I don't know if you all read it on Peyton this past week, just going through the playoffs and the grind of it and then the injury and crap like that. Personally, I'm kind of glad that man felt some pain because I remember when he went around the links several times to taunt the fans after a playoff loss, which respect the troll, but also I don't need to care for you, but buy your Broncos at the deadline. We in or out?
I'm in. I'm pretty hot on the Broncos this year. I'm in on this take.
Yeah. Raphael has half the team, so why don't you start it up? Why do you have half the Broncos, Raphael?
I don't have half the Broncos. I only have Jonah Coleman and RJ Harvey in my one league. I'm not sure what that shot was for. I would say Milo doesn't know much about fantasy. You definitely don't want to put all your investments into one team. You really limit your scoring output when you have too many players from one team. And that comes from someone who has Amon-Ra and Gibbs on the same team. If anything, Rich can attest to this. I was trying to trade Amon-Ra this offseason, which I wasn't able to get what I thought he was worth, so I didn't. But I really hate stacking too many players from the same team on a fantasy team. Like I said, it just limits your scoring output, limits your touchdowns. It's not a good idea.
I agree with your point. I don't think that was the intent of Milo's take. It's just whatever ones are available. I understand how it was worded, but any of the Broncos would target just because it should be an easy slate at the end and a good offense, things like that.
I mean, sure.
they're pretty deep at receiver. Yeah, they're deep at receiver, running back. I feel like those will be all dart throws unless injuries happen. Who's gonna get the ball?
Yeah. Pick Sutton or Waddle. I mean, like obviously, both those guys are going to eat, but you're always probably going to pick the wrong one. I do at least.
Yeah, well, Franklin, he put up numbers last year too. He wasn't bad.
Yeah. So I mean, it all stems back to Bo Nix. Can his mutilated leg, come back with a vengeance, or is he going to take a step back? Can he take a step back right now? Is this going to be another Alex Smith? We don't know. But yeah, anyway,
we've gotten too many plugs this show. No more Alex Smith talk. No more Alex Smith.
So, I don't know if you guys read this. I know you said there was a piece on Peyton this week, but I also read a piece on Peyton this week, which makes it seem like he's a Cuckosaurus Rex. He was thinking about having Belichick come and be the head coach so he can win 15 more games.
Same article.
Article.
He was gonna let him have a season or two. He would have taken back seat. Yeah, same article.
So Sean Payton needs to sit in the cuck chair in the corner. That is the lamest S I've ever heard in my life. And now I hope the Broncos don't win a single game. That's some lame shit.
Well, I didn't know that before I said I'm hot on the Broncos. Now I got a little bit of a
I'm hot on
different
the couch
opinion.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Let's go Chargers. Let's go Chiefs.
Yeah.
So, Rich, you're telling me you wouldn't let me run your fantasy team for a year just so I can stack some wins?
No, I'd rather come in last and have to deal with the punishment. What is the punishment that we had in the Discord this week? Someone has to go date Kathy Griffin. Actually, no, you could actually run my team if that's the punishment.
As a 22-year-old, yeah.
Yeah. So no, but that's terrible. Sean Payton, come on, man, be better. Gross.
All right, last Milo take. The Madden curse will not touch Caleb Williams. It was never real. Honestly, I feel like this is kind of a soft take because in general, you're going to feel like there's a curse in general. It's stacked against the deck because people that get on the Madden cover had career years and it's hard to match up to that. But in terms of some of the specific injury cases, I think this happened in like the mid 2000s when it became like a real thing because you had like Michael Vick broke his leg and then like McNabb had the sports hernia and then Sean Alexander broke his foot. So I think it was like 3 or 4 years of like back to back to back. And people are like, oh, this is the worst. Recently, I feel like it hasn't been much of a thing. I think there's been like slightly down years, but I guess as an overall take, we in or out on Caleb Williams. Is the Madden curse going to take effect?
I don't think the curse is a thing anymore. I think that got broken a while ago. So the phrasing of the take was a little confusing, but I don't think there's a curse. whatever that means in regards to the take.
I mean, to be real, there's only 2 real curses in this world. There's the Joe Namath curse, where he sold
That's
his
real.
soul. That's 100% real. Where he sold his soul to the devil, and we're never going to win a Super Bowl till he dies. That's real. And then Danhausen cursing every one of the Knicks opponents. That is proven to be real. So those are the 2 in my heart that are real. But I mean, I'm going to actually lean more so that the Madden curse has some legs because there's also Vince Young, Rob Gronkowski, and we can't forget Brett Favre going on the cover and then becoming a Jet and ruining my life. So
I was going to say there was CMC, there was a Mahomes year, there was Peyton Hillis, there was a Polamalu year, there was a Garrison Hurst year if you're going back to 99.
So, I mean, it seems pretty real. I don't know. I mean, there's some outliers that got off the hook, but like, has anyone on the cover ever won a Super Bowl that year? I don't think so.
I think Mahomes.
So here's the list of counter examples that I have. Madden 13 had Calvin Johnson on the year. He set the single season receiving record that year. In Madden 18, Tom Brady won the MVP at 40. Not Super Bowl, but Madden 22, you had Brady and Mahomes. Brady led the NFL in yards, TDs. Mahomes went 12-5. Madden 24, Josh Allen, 40-plus TDs. Madden 26, Barkley had a solid 1,100-plus yard season. It wasn't the 2,000, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of gets framed against it just because down year in comparison, but those are the counters.
Well, and now they do the multiple editions, and there's like different people on the cover. I don't know. And covers aren't even a thing anymore. It's all like digital. Like, I'm over it.
I haven't played it in like a decade. And when I did play it, I was always like the off-season guy. Mm-hmm. Like, I would just build up all the draft picks and draft people. And then I would play the first game of the season and then simulate the season just to get to the off-season. That's how I played Madden.
So you played it like the Jets play it. That's how the Jets play it every single year. Let's get to March. I like it. That's a man after my own heart. I got to start doing that in Madden. So, I mean, the question is, and obviously it's going to be morbid. That's not what I'm talking about. When did Madden pass? Did the curse get broke when John passed away? Did people start getting 2,000-yard rushing years after that? Like, I know no one's won a Super Bowl, but, maybe.
I think when Madden started to suck in terms of the quality of the gaming is when the curse just ended.
John Madden in 2021.
Yep.
Okay. So, maybe...
On Archie's birthday, December 28th.
Well, it's a good day for one and a bad day for the other. So, I mean, Madden, it's kind of sucked for a while now. Shout out to EA for not putting together a good product.
Honestly, there's some legs to that take, though. He died in 21, and then the counter examples happen in 22, 24, and 26.
I swear to God, that was not planned. I didn't know when the guy passed away, but I mean, I think we got it. That's got some legs. And Calvin Johnson.
There's only been one, and that was CMC the 1 year where he got injured. That was the 1 year that was a bad one of the cover.
I think we
But
know.
like CMC always gets injured. Like that's like, Madden was like trying to make the curse happen again. They were like, who's the most injury prone good player that we can throw on this cover? Let's go with Christian McCaffrey. Like, come on.
Anthony Richardson's next year. He's getting on.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So moving on to my take, because I took some travel recently. And I wanted to talk about what is the best seat on the airplane. So originally, I was very much a window boy because I generally don't need to go to the bathroom. I could just be in my little ball in the corner and just be in my own world, don't have to bother anybody. However, being a chunky fellow, I learned that the aisle seat you could actually pull up. There's a little latch underneath. So then you could get all that space on the side and stretch out at least half of it, not bother the middle seat. Like, I am an aisle seat boy for the last 2 to 3 years. Craig, I know you have some takes on travel, so I'll let you kick it off if I'm right or wrong.
You're 100% right. I think if you're under 5'6", you're allowed to maybe prefer the window seat. But no, the aisle seat is clearly the best. One, you get up whenever you want. You don't need to ask permission like you're in school to go to the bathroom. You can stretch out your leg. And if you really if you're in like a foul mood and you want to be a jerk to everyone else in the aisle, you fall asleep, refuse to wake up. Those people can't go to the bathroom. You're in control. Aisle or nothing. It's not, no. Window seats are for short people. And if you only are going to sleep, maybe you can talk me into the window. But no, aisle or die.
I was going to say an underrated position on that as a position of power, like you're saying, when the plane lands and somebody wants to go from the back row and you could be the block. You could be the block for them. Like, nope. Sorry, there are rules and regulations.
Yeah,
and
I don't care that you have a connecting flight. Schedule better. Don't give yourself a 45-minute layover. Like, come on.
So I don't travel as much as Craig does, but I do happen to go to the Caribbean probably about once a year. Shout out Sandals Resorts. I'm a window guy. I love looking out the window as we land, looking over the country. I don't give a shit about the aisle. I don't need all that extra space. I'm not a fat like Chris.
Rude.
Andrew,
Yeah,
40,
I
30.
prefer the window. I don't need to get
No,
up.
you're just a petite little king. You're a petite little king who likes to squeeze in the corner, watch from the corner, look out the window while the real action's happening on the plane. I get it.
I mean, I got my wife next to me. I got my video games in my hand. I got an awesome view to the left or to the right, whatever side you're on. What's better than that? Come on. What are you looking at in the aisle? And if you're just falling asleep blocking people, you're just an asshole.
I was going to say, I'm just watching YouTube on my phone until we leave the plane.
I got my noise canceling AirPod Maxes on. I'm not hearing anyone trying to get out, and I'm standing there blocking the whole aisle until it's my turn to walk because I'm in control of that plane.
I don't need to be in control.
I'm to the point now where I can't even do regular economy. I need premium economy in the aisle seat because I am a whole bunch of 6'5". Sitting in the window seat, like my knees are going to be not, with me when I get up. So I could look at the country or wherever I'm at when I get off the plane. I don't need to clap for the pilot as we go. I'm going to see the place for
their job. I don't get applause for anything I do at work. I'm not clapping for landing your plane.
Right.
You have one job: land the plane.
Right. You don't want to be that person. Never be the person that claps on a plane. That's the person that you don't want to be. But I'm aisle 100%. Like I don't even know. This shouldn't be a discussion. No. You have this
speaking of being bougie, this is being bougie. Rich, you mentioned. I mean, this is the only perk that comes with traveling for work is getting airline status. So I get the economy plus at booking for free and upgraded. If I ever have to sit in regular economy, it's basically torture because it's awful. I don't know how anyone does it, let alone not in an aisle seat. Crazy town. Anyway, we've
I
probably
was gonna
spent enough
say
time talking
I
about
could
airplanes.
tolerate it for like the short trip to Florida, like the under 2 hours. You're taller than I am, but like there's a difference between going out to California and there's going down to Florida. And I could deal with a Spirit Airlines for 2 hours,
Well, you
which
can't anymore, but
that's true.
No, Chris got all the planes. He bought them all up.
What I did with my 50-cent gumballs, me and my 50-cent gumball.
Rockefeller.
I
I'm
can
so
assure
tall.
you those little shots of vodka make it a lot less excruciating sitting in the near the window or in economy, whatever.
Pure pain.
I'm so tall. I'm actually sitting Indian style on the floor right now, so I can't sit in the window seat. And you know who sits in the middle seat? Sean Payton, because he's a cuck.
That's right.
Giant cuckosaurus rex. I can't get over that, especially with Bill Belichick. What an asshole. All right.
I may need to bring back the thumbnail for that TikTok clip because I want to make Sean Payton into a Cuckosaurus Rex.
Right.
I want to make that thumbnail.
With him chewing his bubble gum. Hurricane Katrina, I'm the best. You got 1 year. Shut up. All right. Anyway, those are the bold predictions. Let's get to the AARP yard sale. Garage doors up, 9 aging stars, 1 folding table, and MILO walking around slapping price stickers on guys like it's a Saturday morning in a cul-de-sac. So we're going to start with one of my favorite guys. A person that's on all my teams. I don't care if he's 100 years old. He's going to get drafted early for me. This is Raphael's nemesis this year, it seems. We're going to start with Christian McCaffrey, aged 30. So in redraft, he has an ADP on ESPN of 5.4. On Yahoo, he's 5.9. Sleeper, he's 6.7. And consensus, he's 6.4, which is all round 1. And then Dynasty, he is 46 overall, which is actually running back 14, which is crazy, and round 4 in a 12-team league. For me, I don't care where he's at. I'm going to take him. I mean, he's like a vintage leather couch. You know, it's if you keep good care of it, it's going to look good for you. You know, put a little polish on that thing. It's always going to be comfortable. It's always going to be reliable. My dynasty says draft him. My redraft says draft him. And for me, he is an A. I know Milo is going to be lower. I know Raphael is going to be lower. But give me CMC on Saturday when we draft. Leave him for me and just watch me win the league. That's what I'm going to say. So, Raphael, to the counter of this, obviously we know I think we can put up the images from what happened on Instagram. But why are you lower on Christian McCaffrey?
I'm not lower on Mr. Christian McCaffrey. I don't know where this narrative came from. I had an argument with one guy who said that Christian. No. Let me explain. I had an argument with one guy who said Christian McCaffrey belongs in the same tier as Bijan and Gibbs because of what he did last year in a dynasty startup draft. And I told him I disagreed. And then all of a sudden, Rich took it as, oh, you hate CMC. You hate CMC. Redraft, you want to take him first round? No problem. Dynasty, you want to take him where his ADP is? If anything, his ADP is too low. I would take him higher than 46th. I don't know where this narrative came from. Rich is just trying to start trouble to get clips.
No, I don't care about. I don't want to clip anymore. I wish that I could never make another clip again. It's like, but anyway, you had him in tier 3. You didn't even have him in tier 2. That's why
for a dynasty startup draft, he is in tier 3 for me, which would put him at around RB14, which is where you said he is ADP wise.
That's where the internet has him. I have him higher.
Okay, well, I agree with the internet over you then. I don't have him in the first tier. I don't have him in the second tier.
On that
dynasty
one,
startup.
So
I was going to say
defensive.
Milo has him a little higher. Milo has him at 39, so closer to the.
That feels right to me.
Like end of the third. Like if you like him, take him in the third. Otherwise, his value is probably a 4th. But I always say go with your gut. So if you're feeling CMC, you take him because when you go against your gut and your gut was right, it feels terrible in fantasy.
I think using just the yard sale analogy, I'm leaving him at the table for fantasy. I'll put him in like weekly fantasy. I'll put him in my parlays. But the injury history, I talked about it before. It's a lot. It's a lot to stake your whole fantasy football season on a guy. And I love him. if you could stash him in like a dynasty or whatever and make sure he's healthy, like fine. But I don't know. Buyer beware. I'm not going to take him. I'm over the 49ers. I'm over McCaffrey.
So on a fun end of this, I did ask Milo to like compare it to specific items you may find at a yard sale. So Milo compared CMC to a Peloton with 12,000 miles on it, priced like it's still in the box. So the owner swears it runs perfect. It does. That's not the question. It's just in a redraft. Great. Peloton's fine, but that thing has 12,000 miles on it. So it's gonna run out of gas at some point. So
It means the ass seat is broken in for me. That's good. It's going to be more comfortable. Don't need that hard thing. Give me a little more comfort. Someone that's proven. It might not be my ass, but, it's broken in. I like that.
I like a different proven running back who doesn't get injured every 3 seconds.
Well, we might have to talk about him later. We might not. I don't know. We might not have time. I don't know. Anybody else on CMC? Vin, Alberto, we thinking high, we thinking low. We thinking about yelling at me like Rayfeld did out of nowhere.
Dude, that was ridiculous, Rayfel. If you're going to have a take on Twitter, so own it with your chest. Come on. What are you talking about, hedging bets?
Well, no, because he took my take and didn't put any context behind it.
That's not what podcasts are for. No context, just clips.
We're also doing this without.
And I shouldn't be on a podcast. I don't know what to tell you, Craig.
All right. Anything before we move on to someone even older? No. All right. Next up.
Good.
You agree with which side?
I agree with you, Rich. Rayfel's wrong, obviously, and very defensive and agreeing with robots. So,
Yeah.
Rich is right. Rayfel's wrong. Shocker.
Thank you. Moving on to Davante Adams, who is, like I said, even older than CMC. He's 33. His ADP in ESPN in a redraft in a 12-team league is 45.4. In Yahoo, it's 47.4. Sleeper is 46.9. Consensus, 50.9, which is round 5. In Dynasty, he is overall 116. Wide receiver 48, round 10. I don't know. I think that's fair for him. In a redraft where he's still getting a ton of yards and a ton of touchdowns in redraft, I have no problem with that. Dynasty, you just don't know how many years you're going to get of the guy. I mean, round 10, at that point, who you really picking in a 22? He might be good in round 10. I would go a little lower in Dynasty if he's there. In redraft, I mean, I'm just trying to win the thing. And, Puka's having his problems right now, so we don't know if he's going to be 100% mentally. And Stafford, MVP season. And he's going to win a Super Bowl this year. So I think that's fine for redraft. Who's higher, who's lower on Davante?
Milo's a little higher. So Milo has him at pick 100 in Dynasty. But I mean, it's pretty much on par with everything you said there. In terms of the item at the yard sale, though, Milo is comparing Davante Adams to a name brand power drill with 1 battery left. And you checked and they don't make the battery anymore. So same thing for redraft. It's like you got full power right now, but it's kind of like the CMC take. But I'd rather have a Peloton than that drill with 1 battery left. But what name brand drill has 1 unique type of battery? Whatever. I digress. But Milo's a little higher on him than you, but it's pretty much on par.
Isn't that where you would haggle the price in this instance? If you compare Davante Adams to the tool.
To the drill?
Yeah, to the drill. Because no battery, you should lower the price slightly a bit because you can't
It has
find
a
that
battery.
battery.
It's just...
No, but you can't find a replacement.
I mean, are you really haggling that? Like,
Yeah, he's older. Just like the tool.
no, I'm saying like if you're at a yard sale
Yes.
and you got this name brand drill with a battery in it, you're like, hey, they don't make this anymore.
Chris, you with your premium gumballs and your fleet of Spirit Airlines, you haggle at garage sales. What are we talking about here? Of course.
I was about to say, Alberto's being a real Craig right now.
So basically, Alberto, what you're saying is you want him in redraft and not Dynasty. I'm reading behind the lines here. If you're going to haggle, you take him lower in redraft and you just don't take him in Dynasty. There's no haggling in Dynasty. So,
Oh, in that case, yes, you're right.
Anybody think he's way too low, way too high?
He feels just about right to me. I feel like the touchdowns, there's definitely going to be some regression there. He had a lot of touchdowns last year, and touchdowns are kind of unpredictable in the grand scheme of things. I don't think he's going to get as many touchdowns this year. He might get around the same catches, same yards. So I feel like where his ADP is right now, and at least redraft, feels about right. I'm totally off on Dynasty, though. Unless for the right price, obviously.
Same. Also, you got to factor in Stafford's spine. Like, his back's hurt every year. He's had a bunch of neck issues. He gets hit the right way. Now Davante Adams is getting thrown to you by, was it Bennett or Simpson?
Well, I mean, based on where they drafted him, I hope it's Simpson, but he hasn't beat out Stetson Bennett yet, which is crazy. Which is funny for me because Stetson Bennett is from Georgia and he is from Alabama, so it's kind of coming full circle for me. But anyway, all right. So we're moving on from Davante to Mike Evans, who is a very similar-ish player age-wise, completely different player on the field. ADP, ESPN is 80.8. Yahoo is 66.9. Sleeper 62.8 for a consensus of 60.8, which is round 6 in a 12-teamer. And in Dynasty, 121. Wide receiver 51, which is round 11. So basically, Mike Evans is one round below in redraft and in Dynasty.
Would you rather have Mike Evans or Adams in a Dynasty?
In a Dynasty, I don't know. That's
because they're right around each other.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Adams. Evans gets hurt quite often, it feels like, and now he's going to one of the most injured, riddled teams in the league.
You got the electricity.
Yeah.
Well, they're traveling a lot this year. Not that helps, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to take into account how many years is Evans going to be that wide receiver one. So I mean, do you want to win out the gate? Because there's really, I mean, he is wide receiver one on his team. If you look at Adams, he's not, but I mean, he's pulling a lot of the double coverage away from Puka. I think that, again, I don't want to agree with the internet, but I think this is kind of right on par. I think Evans would be one round below Adams in both formats. I think that's fair. I would take both the guys though. I'm the type of person in Dynasty where I'll win the first year and worry about it the second year. I'll trade off my players and picks and stuff, but I just want
to. I'm with you. Just win now, baby. Just win.
Right. Now, Rafael, I mean, obviously we build it a little different. We talked about it off the show. You're kind of more of someone that's looking not so much first year, but more so year in year out, kind of build your dynasty. Would you even entertain taking either of these guys if we were to draft?
It depends who I take in the first or first, second, third rounds. I'm not going to go into a draft saying, "Oh, I'm only going to draft young guys." It depends who falls to me, whether I like them at the right spot. If I'm building towards trying to win now, then obviously, I'm going to take them. But if the first 3 rounds I'm taking guys like Genty and Hampton, the younger guys, then no, I'm probably going to steer clear of them.
Okay. Anybody? There you go. Ben agreed, so that's it's a solid read.
Well, I mean, they're old, so it's tough.
You ever look at these people's age and just get really sad because you realize that we're older than every person we're talking about by Craig isn't.
I was gonna say, speak for yourself, Richie Boo Boo. I'm right on par with some of these AARP guys.
You're literally right there, but I mean, obviously we're not athletes; they have longer longevity. But we're talking about the oldest people that are need wheelchairs, and we're older than all these people. Anybody have any thoughts on Mike Evans? Or age, or the existence of man? Okay.
I'm kind of anti-Mike Evans, just in general. We were debating for Adams versus Evans. I would take Davante Adams over Mike Evans. And that's purely based on gut. I just don't like him. I don't know why. I didn't like him as a Buck either.
The only thing that gives me...
It's a long take. I see you shaking your head, Rafael. It's okay. I just don't like him.
I mean, the only thing that produces 1,000-yard seasons over and over.
Every wide receiver in the NFL does that. If you're a starting wide receiver in the NFL,
they don't. Not every year. Mike Evans has done it 11 years in a row.
Wait.
Right, sorry.
We interrupted Chris 4 times. I counted. We can go back. Chris, floor is yours.
I was going to say, the only thing that gives me hesitance is they wanted to trade Davante Adams. Like in the offseason, they wanted to trade him. Otherwise, I'm completely on board with Adams over Evans for like right now-ish or the few years for Dynasty. And with knowing the Puka stuff, like they knew that beforehand. It just didn't come out. So that's the only thing that like makes me pause.
The only thing about Adams is that he can play on multiple teams. Like he overperformed for the poo-poo Jets, and he had poo-poo Aaron Rodgers throwing to him. So I mean, like,
he's not poo-poo.
He might be a little poo-poo. We'll see. But I mean, like, Adams, he can perform no matter where he's at. We just got to see, can Evans perform with Purdy, and that's kind of the risk that's built into this year. They've never done it before. So, like, how quickly he's going to acclimate to the 49ers offense? Probably well with Shanahan. But, that's why I think that the round drop is valid from Adams to Evans. All right, next player we got George Kittle, ESPN 83, Yahoo 98.4, Sleeper 112.4, Consensus 101.9, which is round 9 in a 12 team. Dynasty 127 overall, which is round 11 in Dynasty. So I'm higher on Kittle than literally everyone on the show, and I have no qualms about it. I will take.
You said you're a win now boy. That makes sense.
It does. Yeah, win now, win later. Like, Kittle is on that CMC team that I keep running it back with. Like, Kittle has his injuries, yes. Does he try to like juice up and come back within a game? Always yes. Like, he is the Cam Scatabo of tight ends, except he's 100 years older and he doesn't know. Like, he's gonna be a tag team champion with Gronkowski when he retires. Maybe a triple threat match with Cam Scatabo. That's just where his head's at. He plays with aggression. He can block. He can catch. He's been the safety valve for Purdy his entire career. I think with Evans there, like, he's going to have a lot of solid looks. I like Tongas behind him, but obviously he's not pushing him for the job. So if you're going to give me Kittle in the 9th and the 11th, I'm going to take him. If you give me Kittle in the 8th and the 10th, I'm going to still take him. So I'm higher on this than the internet is. I love me some Kittle. You'll see it on Saturday. I might take him super early. And I also kept him. God.
I'm poo-poo Kittle. I'm tired of the 49ers. I've said it a couple of times. Too injured, too old. I don't trust Brock Purdy throwing the football. Poo-poo Niners. I'm over it.
Brock
Purdy year.
It's been their year for like a decade. I mean, come on.
You'll see.
What are you talking about?
You'll see. This time is for real.
This time's for real? Okay, sure. And Aaron Rodgers is still a premium quarterback, right?
I mean, he's got a starting job. Just won the division last year. Number 1 in the North.
Craig.
Which North?
Say again?
I'll cut in here. I'm buying in on Kittle. I like everything you said about him, Rich. To be honest, you're probably going to have to reach for him a little bit earlier next Saturday if you want him. I just like his personality. He has a great connection with Brock Purdy. Obviously, his teammates love him. I don't think he's done just yet.
What I've learned today is me drafting as MILO is probably not going to end up getting Kittle, based on what you guys said.
How low is he?
I'm going to keep that to myself for Saturday. I don't think it's going to be
wrong. So
what is Milo comparing Kittle to as far as the garage part goes? Or garage sale?
Buying a snowblower in July. Seller swears it starts right up, but you can't test it out because it's July.
Yeah.
So maybe it starts up in September, or I guess it would be like December, but season starts in September. But you don't know if it's going to work until it's actually the season comes up. So snowblower in July.
And odds are it won't work.
Would he be your tight end 1?
Would he be what?
Would he be your tight end 1? Like, if you draft him in Dynasty, our new draft, we're doing it this Saturday. Will he be your first tight end off the board?
He's not. He's probably not going to end up on my team based on what Rafael and Rich have said. So there are plenty of others. So
I think if you're drafting George Kittle, he's your tight end 1. I mean,
well,
There's not
All
that
right,
many
so
good tight ends in the
here's
NFL.
somebody that's kind of close to Kittle in Milo's rank, or here's two other ones that are close, either plus or minus. Would you rather have George Kittle, Isaiah Likely, or Ferguson?
Likely.
Kittle, 100%. Likely, again, we don't know what he's going to do on the Giants. We know what Kittle's going to do. He's going to give
Much
you
younger,
exactly what you need.
This is a dynasty framing.
Kittle.
Okay.
Likely. You're wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
You're wrong, I say.
Likely's never been the one. So we got to see how he is as the one. You know, he doesn't
He will
have.
be the one.
I was going to say, in the rankings, they're within 10 picks of each other, all three of those.
They are close, but I mean, I'll take the tried and true guy who is not a snowblower. He's actually the toy horse, the one that has like the rubber bands on the sides because he keeps rocking.
Yeah.
You don't need any batteries.
Well, then I'm all in.
The hair's going back and forth.
That plus a 50-cent gumball outside of the supermarket, I'm having a great day.
Keep your batteries. Keep your batteries. Craig, this next one's for you because you need a little time to shine. It's time to talk about King Henry, which I don't have any ADP on because the robot had DeAndre Hopkins, which was the wrong player. But we're going to give you the ADP that you want. Where are you going to take him in redraft? Where are you going to take him in dynasty? And why is he too low?
He's the best running back in the league. He's a touchdown monster. He takes over games. If you're trying to win your league, you're drafting King Henry. I don't even care about the ADP. Like I'm taking him probably in if I have a late first, I'm probably taking him or like early second. I mean, I don't know. I might even take him if I have the 6th overall pick. He's a fantastic running back. He's the last like true running back in the NFL who can dominate a game. Give me King Henry. Every touchdown, every play. He's the only player on the Ravens that I like. I had to give a little dig at Rayfeld because he was just looking a little too happy there. But Derrick Henry, man, like he's still a premium running back. You can't bet against him. Everyone's been saying for 5 years, the wheels are finally going to fall off of Derrick Henry, and they just don't. He just gets better every year. So give me Derrick Henry. I don't care where.
All right. Smith overall is a little crazy, though, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Who cares? You're taking George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey who are going to be out for the season. Like, give me a guy who shows up every week and scores.
A little lower. Well, actually, no. CMC I would take in the first round. But, yeah, I guess. Whatever. Different ponies. But, Vin, why do you think it's crazy? Why do you think that's way too high?
Well, last year specifically, like when the Ravens were losing games, he just kind of stopped getting touches. They were going to the more speed backs. He had a couple of those games against the Browns. He didn't play well. I think the age does kind of catch up to him this year. Also, he's on the Ravens. I'd let him hit free agency. I wouldn't draft him at all. Complete trash waste of a team. So there's that.
You know, Vin, when you blow out someone's candle, it doesn't mean that your candle is going to shine any brighter. It just means you're better at blowing.
That's a line.
That is a lot.
I was going to say, that was good. I agree.
Have you been reading philosophy books or something like that? Like, this is America, buddy.
But I will say Derrick Henry is not going to have Harbaugh holding him back this season as far as touches and stuff like that. So I'm kind of on board with what Craig's saying as much as I hate to say it.
All right, so MILO running backs that are around where Derrick Henry is in dynasty framing. Would we rather have Tootin, or would we rather have Henry, or would we rather have DeAndre Swift?
Henry, and I'm not even thinking about it.
Henry.
Like, I'm not even thinking about it. It's Henry all day.
That's
I'll take Caleb Johnson over Derrick Henry.
Oh my god!
And I'll have fun beating you in fantasy football.
What was his highest? Like a 1.8 in fantasy points? Did he have like one rush for like 8 yards or something like that?
I don't even know. I don't even think he had any touches last year. He had that one kickoff that he let sail behind him, and they go, all right, take a seat, pal.
He was a good guy. I actually picked him 12th overall in the league that I have CMC and Kittle because he was supposed to be the guy, and I won the league, so I'm like, I got to pick someone. But, yeah, he's cut, so he's not on my team anymore. But I wish him well.
I have a quick stat on Derrick Henry last year's stats. So in 17 games, with the bye week, obviously making it 18, he scored 16 touchdowns, but only scored them in the first 14 weeks. Buffalo twice, Cleveland no score, Detroit 1, Kansas City 0, Houston 1, Los Angeles 0, Chicago Bears 2, Miami 0, Minnesota 0, Cleveland Browns 1, New York Jets twice, Cincinnati Bengals once, and the Steelers 0.
That means literally nothing to me.
I mean,
It does a little bit to me. I see what you're saying.
It's
He
just
can't do it against good defenses.
correct.
That sounds like good odds. King Henry to the moon.
Derrick Henry can't score against good defenses. Yeah, that's been the narrative over his career. Yeah.
It is now.
Here's a question.
Princess Henry.
That's about it.
Princess Henry. That's what they call him.
I have one question to end this pod. You put Derrick Henry at the 1 yard line against 31 other teams. How many touchdowns is he scoring? Because I would say 31. I mean, I don't trust anyone more at the 1 yard line than Derrick Henry. He's a bulldog.
20 teams.
That's still high as hell.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's not all 31.
Unbelievable percentage.
I will take the sandwich bet that he will not score against all 31 teams.
We'll never know.
I think Lamar just takes it away.
Not from the one.
Yes.
From the one.
Yes. Keep going, Alberto. Keep going.
Sensei.
He's not Jalen Hurts here. I think Henry is the one that's going to get the ball.
They don't do the tush push. They Lamar has different designed runs, but that opens it up even further for Derrick Henry.
Which, even if you're taking those statistics, though, 2 years ago was 92% of the time. Last year was 70% of the time with the tush push. So, just whatever 70%. I got a calculator here. Whatever 70% of 32 is.
Alberto, a calculator is a device used by people to add and subtract.
I know.
Which is really upsetting because
that's an actual calculator. It's not an app on your phone. Look at you.
22 is 70% of 30.
No, that's an actual calculator. Wow.
So Chris,
I also got my phone.
So Chris, to my point, I said 20. You said 22.
That's what I'm saying. Your line is right.
That's still that's very high.
I do know math. I do know math.
I'm sorry. 1 yard.
I disagree with that take. You do not know math.
I don't care if an entire army is in front of Derrick Henry. He's getting that yard. I don't care if every other player in the NFL is in front of him. He's getting that yard. What are we talking about here? The man's a monster.
Except against Pitt's defense.
Let's see. I'll do a sandwich bet for that. All he needs is one Charm City carry. He's in the end zone. So, I mean, I'm high on the Ravens this year, even though I get yelled at by their fans.
That's a big mistake. Big mistake.
All right. So, on this show, we got to keep you guessing. We told you that we were going to give you 9. We gave you 5 because we gave you 5 good ones. Maybe the AARP Yard Sale comes back in the future and we give you the rest because we got a little bit of off-season left to go. So, if you agree with any of our takes, if you disagree with any of our takes on this AARP Yard Sale, please let us know. And I don't think we have anything else, so that's going to be a wrap. Alberto, Vin, Rafael, Craig, thank you guys. Seriously, appreciate you coming on every week. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you got 2 minutes to spare, leave us a review. It actually moves the needle for the show this size very much. Quick tease for next week. We are drafting. And we have no idea how we're going to do the show next week, but we're going to do it some way. We might do a little live.
Probably will have a filler show, and then you'll have 2 draft shows after that. But we will be drafting next Saturday.
So you're about to get some very early draft content, which a lot of people love to watch. We'll make sure that we go into detail as much as possible. And again, until next week, this has been
WaiVER CLaiM.
WaiVER
WaiVER CLaiM.
WaiVER CLaiM.
WaiVER CLaiM. WaiVER CLaiM. Under in the state of green. Yeah, we play that game. This is WaiVER CLaiM. Under in the state of green, from the draft board to your screen. Who you start? Who you fade? Who you ride all week? Human mind versus the mainframe. We decide that speak. Yo, was rich with the picks, got the board on lock. Sunday slate, money line clock, tick, tick, tock. Sleeper in the slot that your league don't see. Turn the bench spot boy to a big time fee. Chris with the takes, he's the frame that thinks. Ask one question, watch it blink, blink, blink. Got data, got charts, got a slide side eye. If the robot wrong, then we both gon' fry. Okay, okay. Craig on the mic, baby face, big talk. Walk you through the spread, do the chalk outline. Walk from the mock to the prop to the live in game. If you scared of the sweat,